Trigger warning. This video dives deep into Blake Lively at her absolute worst peak petty behavior and shocking courtroom drama. 1 year after the It Ends With Us saga went legal, both sides are speaking out, and the difference in messaging is jaw-dropping. Today, we're breaking down every explosive statement, every twist, and every secret the media won't tell you. Buckle up, because what comes next will shock you and keep you on the edge of your seat until the very end. Blake Lively has officially entered a chapter in her career and personal life that is as explosive as it is controversial, and the saga surrounding It Ends With Us has reached a point where every move, every statement, and every public appearance is analyzed, dissected, and debated across social media, traditional media, and the court of public opinion. From the very beginning, this story has been framed by two very different narratives. On one side, you have Blake Lively and her legal team, who have consistently positioned her as a woman standing up against systemic silencing and harassment in a workplace environment. On the other side, you have Justin Baldoni and his team, led by Brian Freedman, who have focused on facts, legal precedent, and a calm, steady presentation of events that emphasizes integrity, fairness, and credibility. And the contrast between these approaches is not just interesting, it is electric, because it creates a tension that is palpable for anyone following the story. The media statements released by both camps highlight a deliberate strategy and an acute understanding of public perception. Every word, every carefully curated quote is aimed at reinforcing an image while also shaping the narrative in ways that maximize support and sympathy for each side in the case. The tension has been heightened by the timing of these statements. The 1-year anniversary statement from Blake Lively's side serves as a reminder that the dispute is far from resolved and that the stakes are higher than ever. Every media outlet, every social media channel, and every discussion thread becomes a battlefield where public perception is shaped by the smallest nuance, and the audience is left analyzing credibility, motives, and potential outcomes with increasing intensity. This has created a form of sustained suspense, because at any moment, a new revelation could shift the balance of public opinion dramatically. And this makes following the story almost addictive, because viewers are compelled to stay informed and speculate about the next move in a narrative that is unfolding in real time. And unlike scripted entertainment, the consequences here are tangible. Reputations, careers, and personal lives are on the line, and the unfolding drama is amplified by the way both sides have approached public communication and legal strategy. Blake Lively's team has consistently framed the dispute around themes of retaliation, silencing, and industry-wide challenges for women, and they have highlighted emotional aspects that resonate with audiences who empathize with her experiences. The narrative paints her as a courageous figure, persevering against enormous obstacles, and despite what the critics say, this framing has been effective in keeping attention focused on her perspective and eliciting public support. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni's team has emphasized clarity and fact-based responses, presenting timelines, evidence, and legal context that counters the more emotionally charged narrative. They have maintained a message of restraint, integrity, and measured communication, which reinforces credibility and positions them as the steady side, in contrast to the high-emotion public statements from Blake Lively's camp. This contrast creates a dynamic tension that the public finds irresistible, because it is not just a legal battle, it is a study in influence, perception, and strategy. Every interview, every press release, and every legal filing becomes a point of analysis and discussion. The audience dissects motives, credibility, and the implications of each development. And the suspense builds because viewers recognize that a single misstep could have far-reaching consequences for either side. The timing of these statements is also critical. Blake Lively's 1-year anniversary statement serves multiple purposes. It reminds the public that the dispute is ongoing, it reinforces her image as a woman standing up against suppression, and it creates anticipation for upcoming legal developments, particularly as trial in May approaches. And every carefully crafted quote serves to reinforce these themes while simultaneously keeping attention focused on the narrative. Her statement that she remains steadfast in the face of billionaire finance lawsuits and aggressive media campaigns is dramatic and emotionally charged, and it is designed to resonate with audiences who are attuned to the language of resilience and courage. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni's statement from Brian Freedman emphasizes gratitude for support from those who believe in truth and fairness and highlights a perspective that extends beyond the dispute to larger societal issues. The juxtaposition of these statements creates a layered narrative that engages audiences emotionally, intellectually, and psychologically because it provides contrast and invites debate. The drama of the saga is intensified by the framing of evidence and the role of legal procedure in shaping narratives. The complaint Blake Lively filed with the California Civil Rights Department is often cited as a pivotal moment in the story because it set the legal wheels in motion and allowed her to obtain the right to sue letter that enabled her to move forward with her lawsuit. The timing and context of this filing is critical because the film had wrapped a long time before the complaint was filed, suggesting that the action was less about workplace safety and more about strategic legal positioning and reputation management. This layer of the story introduces complexity because it invites viewers to question motives, intentions, and credibility, and the interplay between legal procedure and public perception adds depth to the unfolding drama and heightens suspense because the audience is forced to consider the implications of actions that may appear procedural but carry significant strategic weight. The narrative has also been complicated by the involvement of other figures associated with the film, including Jenny Slate and others who have made statements that add nuance to the story. Each comment, each interview, each social media post serves as another layer of information that must be interpreted and contextualized. The result is a multi-dimensional saga that engages viewers in a continuous process of analysis, speculation, and emotional investment. The sustained attention is further fueled by the differences in messaging between the two sides. Blake Lively's team focuses on public perception and the narrative of silencing, while Baldoni's team focuses on evidence, clarity, and credibility. This duality creates tension that keeps audiences on edge because the stakes are high and the outcome is uncertain. And the suspense is compounded because every statement, every revelation, and every legal filing has the potential to dramatically alter both public perception and the trajectory of the case. And the drama is heightened by the fact that this is a real-time unfolding event with tangible consequences. Unlike fictionalized entertainment where outcomes are predetermined, the uncertainty here amplifies engagement because viewers are participating in a narrative that is unpredictable, emotionally charged, and legally complex. And the media acts as both a mirror, reflecting the ongoing events, and a magnifying glass, amplifying every nuance and development for maximum public impact. The way both sides understand and manipulate this dynamic is critical to sustaining attention and shaping perception. And as the story moves toward trial in May, the anticipation reaches a fever pitch because every minor shift in strategy, statement, or evidence disclosure has the potential to influence both public opinion and the jury. And the suspense is electric because audiences know that the next chapter could redefine the narrative in ways no one can predict. And the high stakes keep viewers deeply engaged because the story operates at the intersection of law, celebrity influence, media strategy, and public perception, creating a narrative that is compelling, dramatic, and impossible to ignore. The sustained focus on media messaging and narrative control has created a scenario in which every statement and every move is magnified and analyzed with intense scrutiny. Blake Lively's team has strategically emphasized themes of perseverance, courage, and retaliation, framing the dispute as part of a larger societal commentary on the challenges faced by women in professional environments. This approach resonates with audiences who empathize with experiences of being marginalized, unheard, or retaliated against, and it keeps attention firmly focused on her perspective. The language used by her lawyers reinforces this image, portraying her as resilient, steadfast, and unwilling to be silenced. And the repetition of these messages over time strengthens public perception and builds anticipation for trial in May. The The careful orchestration of these statements highlight the understanding of narrative influence and public perception that underpins the legal strategy. On the other side, Justin Baldoni's team emphasizes evidence, clarity, and credibility. Calm clarity and factual accuracy, presenting timelines, evidence, and legal context that counters the emotional framing while reinforcing credibility and integrity. This approach appeals to audiences who value rationality and fairness over dramatization, and it positions them as a steady voice of reason in contrast to the highly emotive messaging from Blake Lively's camp. The contrast between the approaches heightens suspense because it invites viewers to analyze and interpret every nuance and to question the motives, intentions, and credibility of both parties. And the layered nature of the narrative ensures that audiences remain deeply engaged as the story unfolds across social media, news outlets, and public discussion forums. The combination of legal maneuvering, media strategy, and celebrity influence has created a narrative that is compelling, unpredictable, and continuously evolving because every new statement, filing, and revelation has the potential to shift the balance of public perception and legal strategy. And this complexity is compounded by the fact that the dispute operates simultaneously in multiple arenas: the courtroom, the media, and the public sphere, creating tension, suspense, and drama that is difficult to match in scripted entertainment. Audiences are drawn into the story because they are not just passive observers, they are active participants, interpreting, analyzing, and speculating about every detail. And the anticipation for trial in May adds another layer of intensity because it represents the point at which the legal narrative will intersect with public perception, and the stakes are as high as they can possibly be. Every move leading up to trial matters. Every media statement, social media post, and legal filing contributes to the unfolding drama and keeps viewers deeply invested because the outcome is uncertain and the stakes are enormous. Reputations, careers, and personal legacies are at stake, and the meticulous orchestration of messaging by both sides highlights how perception can influence public opinion and potentially impact jury interpretation. And every carefully crafted statement and every media interaction serves to reinforce the intended narrative while also keeping attention fixed firmly on the unfolding drama. And the narrative surrounding Blake Lively emphasizes themes of perseverance, courage, and retaliation against systemic challenges, framing her as a figure willing to stand up despite immense pressure and scrutiny. While Justin Baldoni's team emphasizes clarity, accuracy, and credibility, presenting a steady voice of reason and integrity that counters the emotionally charged messaging. And this duality creates a tension that keeps viewers analyzing and speculating because the outcome is uncertain and the stakes could not be higher. And as the legal battle progresses, the lessons from this saga extend far beyond the courtroom. They touch on larger societal issues about accountability, perception, and influence in high-profile industries, and highlight how legal strategy and media narrative intersect to create stories that are compelling, suspenseful, and emotionally engaging. And the global audience has been drawn into this narrative because of its unpredictability, the intensity of the stakes, and the dramatic contrast between emotion and rationality. And the one-year anniversary of the saga serves as a reminder that despite the public statements, the media coverage, and the speculation, the ultimate resolution still lies ahead, and the trial in May represents a pivotal moment where both legal arguments and public perception will converge, and viewers will finally witness how the carefully constructed narratives withstand scrutiny in the courtroom. The saga has also demonstrated the power of storytelling in shaping public opinion and sustaining attention, highlighting how the interplay between emotion, evidence, strategy, and communication can create suspense and engagement on an unprecedented scale. And as we await the next chapter, audiences remain riveted because every revelation could dramatically alter the narrative and shift perceptions in ways no one can predict. And the drama, suspense, and anticipation ensure that this story will continue to dominate conversation, discussion, and media coverage. And the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni saga stands as a testament to the enduring power of narrative, influence, perception, and strategy in high-profile disputes. And the ongoing developments guarantee that viewers will remain deeply invested and eagerly anticipating what happens next, keeping the saga compelling, riveting, and impossible to ignore.